Okay, today we're going to be going through different types in C and how to print them out. And of course, we've already went through integers, which takes in a number and returns a number. Now, I'm also going to go something similar to integers, which is long doubles. What this does is it returns a decimal with as many decimals as you want to assign to it. So if you don't only want a number, you want that with decimals. Say you're doing a division or something and you want it to be precise, you would be using long double. Now in this case, we want to replace int to double, and we want to scanf lf stands for long double over here, and printf we want to of course printf percent %lf over here as well. What this will do right now is it will return a number assigned with decimals. Now, you see this has a few decimals over here, but say we want to limit these decimals to only 2 decimals. What we can do is we can do 0.2 in the printf, and this is gonna limit the results to only 2 decimals when we type in an input. And of course we can assign this to as many decimals as we want. So if we type in 4, this is gonna go to 4. But note that we always want to do this in the printf and not in the scanf. And now to characters, in order to print out a character, you want to scanf %c, and you want to also print out %c. And what this will do is this will take in any letter and just return the same letter back. Now, this also works for integers. It will print out the integers, but don't use this with integers, because if you want to use this later, it's not gonna work. This will just print out the symbol of the integer, but this won't work if you would like put it in a function. So always use char only for letters, and for integers you want to use %d and ints. What we can do here as well is if we add two brackets and we say we type in 20, now we have declared a string that can be maximized to the length of 20 characters. In order to scan the string, we want to do %s. In order to print it out, we can do %s down here as well. Now the thing with strings is we don't really need to use the and symbol to store the value in the scanf. It's not really necessary, so we can go without it, but you can always put it there just to not forget to remove it if you would change the program or anything. But I'm going to remove it just to show you that it actually works. And let's try to run the program. Now this will return the same string that we have given it. Now say that we want to make, what would happen if we would with characters type in a string. So let's say I would type in hello, and I would by assigning a character in the program, what this will do is this will only print out the first letter, because the program sees this as a character input and not as a string. So it only looks at the first letter that we have given the program. Now there is a little thing that I ran into when I was making this video. If you would put in while and put it in a while loop, like we've done in earlier videos in the previous one, and we put in equals to 1 over here because we only have one variable, and we want to of course include the printf in this loop over here, um, like so. This will also work and print out strings even though it's characters, because this is a loop and it will keep looping until it's returned. But obviously this is not something that you can use. This is just an issue that I run into that you shouldn't be doing. This of course works for a reason, but this can't be used in the actual word when you're coding. So just preferably just use the strings, because this doesn't really print out hello. This keeps repeating the characters that it's been given until it finishes them. And the way to see that is if we would type in \n over here and try to run the program again, we see that if we type in hello, it's gonna just stack all the letters on top of each other. That's why this thing is not handy. So always when you want to print out characters, use %c, and when you want to print out strings, use %s. When you want to print out integers, use %d. And let's say you want to print out anything with decimals, you have %lf to look at.